Welcome, friends and family, to episode 9 of Dion Rising. Hi.
Yay!
Yeah. This right here is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play campaign brought to you by the Knights of D20, all my friends. Hi. As always, before we start rolling those dice, we have a few announcements brought to you by my illustrious horned friend, Bobby. Bobby, could you regale us with your announcements today, please?
I sure can. So we don't have anything new today, but I do want to bring up to everyone that we still have all the craziness that we do every single week. So Int Mod Pod, new episode tomorrow. It's going to be me and Robin again, so you get a double dosing of us. Tea Time is going to be on Wednesday. I actually don't know who the guest is going to be yet, so that's going to be a mystery for you. And on Fridays, we do have book club over on YouTube. Now, this actually got a lot more views than I personally thought it was going to get. I really thought this was going to be a project we just do, and it's like literally 2 or 3 views, and it's all us watching it. But no, a lot of people really watched this one, and so thank you so much for reading smutty books with us. Next Friday, not this coming up Friday, but next Friday, we are going to be having Kara revealing what the next book is going to be for next month, so be there for that. Also, we have Casting Friendships hosted by Caramel. Those are also on Fridays. So with that amazing show, go listen to it, go find it on everything, watch it like 16 times because you find something new every time. They're so good, they're so fun. And also on Friday, we have our Baldur's Gate 3 stream that isn't always Baldur's Gate 3. So we're not tech geniuses, the 3 of us that are currently streaming Baldur's Gate 3, and we have a lot of tech issues. So we actually ended up playing a game called Pico Park, which was one of the most infuriating things that I think we've ever done in our lives. So go check that out on our videos, because it was pretty good. But hopefully we'll be back in the kick of things with Baldur's Gate 3 this Friday. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you, Bobby. All right. Thanks again to all of our fans for joining us as we embark on an epic adventure in the world of Dion, where heroes rise, dangers abound, and legends are born. Players, dice at the ready. All right, in session 8, the party met Valka in the Thieves Guild hideout, and they updated her on their progress, including the death of Treasurer Heron, who was involved in a devilish scheme of some sort. In a magically truthful conversation under the influence of the Pactbinder Maleficanet Quill, Valka agreed to help expose the corruption of Heron and investigate further, as well as distribute in the money that was his ill-gotten gains back into the city who needs it. The party also learned that the mage Eureka Fellshade runs the House of Paramnesia, where unpleasant memories are modified at a cost. During the same Crimson Cloak meeting, Killian had an emotional reunion with his sister Genevieve, who has been in Tuzankin protecting Cordian refugees and investigating their family's mysterious past. The party later explored the House of Paramnesia, where they were ambushed by 2 shadow agents, and Seraphina's secret, a mysterious egg, began to crack. Party, you find yourselves in the aftermath of that quite harrowing battle in Eureka's library. The fireball spell that was set off by one of those shadow agents has set a large case of books totally aflame, as well as the edge of the large round table in the center of the room that's kind of scattered with notebooks, journals, and things like that. Maraway, you've stumbled upon Seraphina hiding in the stacks in a rather compromising position. I'm gonna ask now, what do you all do?
Maraway, seeing what Seraphina, or not even knowing what Seraphina is doing, but assuming he's going to like outstretch with his shawl, like kind of covering the area, while also trying to look inconspicuous, but it's quite obvious that he's trying to hide something.
How much of the library is like on fire? You mentioned like a bookcase, or
A wall of bookshelves has caught fire, basically. On like, it's a 2-story library, like we discussed. There's like a balcony up around the top. So on the first floor where that fireball was sent down, A bunch of the books are under a pretty roaring fire now. This is not the best place for a fireball to be cast.
Are there any like heavy curtains or anything like that, tapestries around that we can like grab and try to?
There's not a lot of tapestries because the windows are all made of stained glass, so there's not a lot of need for like the privacy aspect in this room. However, there are plenty of like large woven rugs and things laying around the floor to kind of muffle sound and keep it quiet in there.
Okay, rugs will work. So Bula goes and picks up one and kind of like gestures for anybody who's close to her to help her.
Yeah, Killian will run over and see what Bula's up to and help her out. Start.
All right.
So we're just gonna start like beating the flames on the books and try to at least suppress them a little bit.
Yeah, trying to stifle that fire a little bit. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll. Let's say like a strength check, because this is a big, heavy rug, lots of fire. You could also maybe roll a constitution check to make sure that you don't succumb to the heat and the smoke as you're trying to get close and put it out.
I'll do the constitution.
It is a paper fire.
God.
So it's hot.
21.
21?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Oh.
Luckily, that was a together kind of roll. So the 21 really helps out here. You guys are suppressing it, but it's spreading almost as fast as you can put it out, just like roaring down this wall of old dry parchment and paper and stuff. So it's not necessarily getting bigger. You're putting it out as fast as it's progressing down the wall. You're just kind of barely making a dent and keeping it under control at this moment.
Because we're not even close to the kitchen or anything, are we?
You're on the second floor. You'd have to go back out through the smaller library and down the stairs to get back down to the kitchen. Go ahead, Royal.
Zada's gonna look around for anything that looks useful, or the person that we were looking for. Look through the rest of the room, see if they're like being held somewhere. Since he's pretty freaking fast, he's just gonna go quickly through all the rooms, checking them, seeing if he can find anything that looks vaguely important, since he's super good at that apparently, and then just take it and then run outside with it.
Great, yeah, roll an investigation check for me.
Yep. Super good at this, guys. No worries. Not 20, so...
No shit.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not shitting you! Like, I want it... I'm not moving it. It's right
Incredible.
there.
I believe you.
Yes,
That's
that's
incredible. Dice are blessed. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the first thing you do is run over and check the table that's kind of actively burning. It's a big, heavy wooden table, and some of the papers on one end have started to catch fire to like let the fire spread across the top of the table. And you look down and you see like an open journal that's like been written in, and the page that you're on, the writing is like really frantic and like it goes like sideways and diagonal, and it's very messy, but you close that up real fast and pocket it before the fire spreads to it. You pick up some other random loose papers on the table. You just kind of gather up anything you can that's there and not actively burning. You run into the other rooms. Maybe you run up the stairs and you go into the rooms that you haven't been to on that third floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you see immediately up outside of the balcony, there's like a small reading room. It just has some pretty basic tables and chairs and stuff. Some blank notebooks for like taking down thoughts. It appears not to be used very much since the whole library is there and this is kind of a one-person business. And then you run over to the customer file storage room, and it's full of these like drawers of what you look through, and they're each like named, they're each dated, they're just like customer files, and you flip through some and they all just appear to be like nothing like super spectacular. It's exactly what you would expect here. Old files that from people that she has modified their memories over the years.
Can I look for the treasurer's name?
Yeah, sure. You find you figure out. Yeah, you figure out kind of the filing system, and you go over to where Heron's name would be, and you find one file that says Heron from like 5 years ago, and you pull that.
And anything for the leader of Tuzankin or his son?
Okay, you go over and you just look for the name Tuzank.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah,
by that name. Yeah.
All right, then I'll just grab that file, put it, and then I'm like, I'll run out and be like,
Yeah, the
it's
smoke
time to go, guys.
Yeah, the smoke is like up on the third floor, especially where you just came down from. The smoke is starting to get like unbearable. You guys are fighting that fire, but
Zada,
at this
did you
point,
see anyone up there?
I didn't see anybody. I think we should definitely get out. At least Eidos and Seraphina, and probably Maraway. They're not as durable as the rest of us. They should probably get out of here as soon as possible.
You don't even know me.
You can't leave yet. There's something going on back here, but it's not actually anything happening, so you can't look. There's no need to look.
Eidos is going to immediately rush over, assuming that Seraphina's skirts have been set aflame, and he's going to try to peek around the stacks and say, "Seraphina, are you okay?"
As he
Yes,
approaches,
I'm fine.
Huthamer is going to leap onto him and teleport him 15 feet away.
I said no!
I mean,
if
you say you're good, I respect your privacy. I was just, the whole place is in flames. I was afraid that maybe you were too. But we gotta get out of here. Well, gather up your things and let's go.
Zada's just gonna use Step with the Wind and jump onto the bookcases so you like right on top of where Seraphina would be and just like look down.
Wow, what a pervert.
Motorway is gonna run over and just throw his jaw on top of Seraphina.
What a good bro. Sarah, what do they see quickly before Maraway is able to cover you up?
Seraphina's checking under her skirts to see what's happening with the egg. She's trying to check in on it to make sure it's okay.
There's another crack in the egg.
So because Seraphina has very little knowledge about animals, she'll turn to Maraway and she'll say, "Maraway, what do you think? What do we do?"
Ooh, I know what to do. And with that, I'm gonna summon Hearth to kind of my Firebird to sit on the egg to help out just a little bit.
Okay.
We're all just sitting on the egg.
Everyone just is
Maraway
like
Hearth.
huddled around the egg.
So you're looking down and watching them all huddled around something. You know, like exactly what it is because you're the one who saw her take it, I believe.
Yeah, I did. I definitely saw her take it. So I'm just gonna be like,
yeah.
"This is not the time." And then he's just gonna leap down, grab Seraphina, use Step of the Wind again, and just drag her, egg and all, just going.
Yeah, you, Maraway, Seraphina, are all being carried by Zada's long lion arms.
Be careful, you're interrupting the birthing process!
It's gonna be a cooked egg if we don't get out of here.
As he says that, another crack, especially with her heat, the heat of being pulled closer to the fire as you're trying to run out of the room, another crack. You all kind of hear this very loud, like, shattering crack happen across it. And it's now got 3 cracks, and this crack, like, managed to, like, lose a piece of the egg at this point that you see fall behind you as you make it to the stairs to go down. Do the rest of you follow?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bula follows and she's just like, somebody scrambling eggs in here? Like,
Is there any time, because I don't know, did anyone check the people's bodies at all? Or Zada, did you just kind of take off somewhere?
I just took the rooms and anything important on the tables. I didn't check the people.
If there's enough time, or sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was right next to the body. One of the bodies, the one that I think Zada threw off the banister. I could check that one.
Yep. You could both take a second to check the bodies if you wanted to. Just roll a dex and an investigation. Actually, just roll a dex, because you're just turning out pockets at this point.
Okay. That's going to be that's 18. Yep.
15.
18 and 15. Nice. Okay. You both almost at the same moment, like, you turn out a couple pockets empty. They're, like, obviously professionals. They're not running around with anything, but they do both have, one of them has a signet ring and the other one has an amulet. They both have a small little, like, triangle of the letter U, 3 U's on them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
a U, and a U, but, like, arranged in a triangle.
Okay. I'll stash the one that I find.
Yeah. And you could grab their weapons if you wanted to, I suppose.
Oh, no. I just want their the valuables. They can keep their weapons. Unless they look particularly interesting.
They've got, like, a staff, and the other one has, I believe, like, a dagger.
No, I have staff. This is nothing. I'll leave the rest of the body.
Yeah, your staff is nice.
Killian will just kind of he'll grab the dagger as well as I don't know which one I got, the amulet or the ring, whichever one I got.
You got the amulet. I just got the ring.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll grab the dagger as well.
Okay, great. Go ahead and add those to your inventory. And you're the last ones out of the room, and you reach the stairs coughing from the smoke inhalation, and take off down. Run back through that kitchen, I'm assuming, after your party. Seraphina, you feel this egg is like really moving. It's not even just shaking like it was before. Like it feels like there's like a live cat in there, like rolling around a little bit.
I'm trying to keep it all together so we don't lose too many pieces of the shell.
You're like wrapping it in your blankets and
Yeah.
in your skirts.
Trying to use my skirts to hold it together and keep it warm.
Carrying it like a pouch. As you're being carried by Zod under one arm and Marway's under the other. And yeah, you all, everybody go ahead and roll a dex to make sure you make it out. Or you could roll a con to see if you can withstand the smoke.
Are those of us being carried making this check?
No, you could just make a con check.
13 dex for Killian.
5 whole con.
Oh no!
Oh gosh.
Well,
I have
Dex,
11.
Bula.
11. Bula what?
12.
12.
12,
I
12.
also got a 12.
Okay.
12!
Today's
you
rough,
all
not
make it
bad.
out.
in the center today.
You all make it out, but Ados, you've inhaled too much smoke, especially trying to get that ring off his finger. And you take an exhaustion point from that smoke inhalation.
Ouch.
But otherwise, you all make it out relatively unharmed.
And Killian will kind of help Ados, like kind of pull him along a little bit as he's coughing.
Yeah, you manage to do so, and you all go busting out the front doors that you came in with the smoke puffing out into the street after you, and a few passerbys like double take and start walking a little faster, and yeah, you watch as the House of Paramnesia, you see that like library window, it's stained glass, but it is, you can see the fire like raging in bright oranges and yellows through that glass.
I want to yell at, like, point to one random person and be like, go get the copper cloaks.
They take
There's
off
a
running.
fire.
Yeah, they look up and take off running for it. All right. Where to next? Gang?
I found a sewer entrance in the back.
Oh no, and me and Seraphina are being carried, so we have no choice.
Do not take us to the sewers. Do not.
Seraphina, I think that's why we're here. I'm sorry to say. You might have to get a little dirtier than you'd like.
There's no way I'm going down to the sewers as I'm like trying to keep this egg together.
I put down Morrowind and just kind of like football carry her, and then we're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he just takes off down to where the sewer is.
As you set Mara way down, he's gonna like jump on your back like a piggyback ride.
That's fair.
He's staying with that egg. All right. You're heading for that sewer entrance?
Yep.
No!
Yeah.
Unhand me!
Bula just holds up the blueprint to the sewer. She's like, but that's where the stuff and junk is. Like, come on. That's what, yeah.
Azada is no, just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Might not be a bad idea to get out of here so no one asks any questions. So the sewers might be the best option for that.
On second thought, that does seem accurate. Yeah, we should make haste.
All right. Yeah, you run into this square. It's about sunset at this point. And the sewer grate is like literally this like iron grate surrounded by like a square of metal. And it's very heavy. So you're gonna have to roll. Someone's gonna have to roll like a strength check to pull it up out of the stone of the.
Ula, I have my arms full. Could you pick it up for me?
Got it.
No! No!
I'm gonna give her
Yes,
guidance.
I got it.
You have
That's,
guidance.
Oh,
D4. On
Marley.
strength
Okay.
check for the next minute.
well, that's gonna make it a 24.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Oh my God.
That'll do. Yeah, you like one hand lift
Yeah.
this grip, and you say, "After you all."
I just jump down. I like my paws will take the hit. It's fine. Just
Holding
gonna jump
Sarah?
down. Yeah, just don't. So she doesn't have any chance. It's just jump straight down.
All right. You, yeah, it's like it's not a huge drop, and it's sort of like a slight decline that you land on, but it's not crazy. But there is like kind of slowly trickling water down this decline, so it's a bit slippery. So just roll a dex or an acrobatics to see if you maintain your feet while holding Sarah in your arms.
That ain't water. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty slippery slimy. It's only a couple inches of trickle, but it's like mossy.
Just don't
and-
think about it. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
I'm thinking about it. No.
That's all
14.
that Seraphina is thinking about.
14. Yeah, you do manage. Like, it's slippery, and you almost like surf down a little bit on your giant lion paws before your claws extend out and scrape the stone a little bit and make you come to a pretty sick stop. Like, you look pretty cool going down this little incline for a second and like slide out a little bit like you're a skateboarder. And Seraphina's in your arms, and Sarah, you manage to keep all your skirts up out of the water. And everybody just kind of saw you like jump down into the dark and then heard a little bit of a slide. What is
Alright,
revealed?
Bula's just holding the grate, and she's like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, Killian will slide in right under.
Potatoes.
Does it have like a
Regret.
ladder?
It does.
Oh, well, I'm going to sensibly go down the ladder.
You look down like, why did he jump?
Aren't you on my back? So didn't you just come down with me?
Yeah.
Or did you jump off last second? It's like you didn't get.
Oh, I didn't know she was saying that all you had was Seraphina. If I'm still on your back,
yeah.
that's all Gucci.
I forgot about that. Yep.
Eidos
You got
will sensibly use the ladder.
You do. You climb down sensibly.
All right, then Bula's gonna take the grate behind us, and she's gonna slide it back over her head, just so it's not like obvious that that's where we went.
Right. Cool. Yeah, you do, and you're all standing on this slight slope. A couple inches of water rushing over your shoes, unless you're clinging on to this lion's torso.
This is no place for a lady.
Yeah, you all feel a bit lucky that this appears to be like a rain drainage part of the sewer and not one of the other sorts of parts of the sewers. However, you can smell some smells wafting up the slope from below.
I wish
What
we
does a
did.
woman have to do with anything about being part of a sewer?
Yeah, Seraphina. Answer the question.
I have no idea, and she will cast prestidigitation so that we don't have to deal with the smell of the sewer.
I almost imagine her like prestidigitating her own nose. That it's just constant wafting of good smell. How
All right.
dark is it down here?
It's pretty dark, but you can see like every 100 or so yards, there's another like street water drainage grate. But it is like actively getting darker outside, so those aren't letting much light through. You can see where they are in the roof, but they're not like actively lighting the space below very well.
I can't see in the dark.
Seraphina, I have to put you down so I can cast light.
No, no, this is not.
She just like hands it to Killian. The hands are over like here. And then I'll cast light, and I will do it on my spear. Yeah, that'll do fine.
Well, if you want, I'm on your back. I could just hold my staff out in front
Oh,
of
okay,
us.
yeah, then I'll just cast it on Morroway's staff then.
Like a little anglerfish up here.
So, Seraphina, do I have to carry you the entire time, or?
Yes, this is disgusting. I'm not putting my feet down anywhere in here.
Hold on, I got this, and then I'll grab Seraphina, and then I just drop her.
She's big.
Seraphina.
Go ahead.
Seraphina will quickly pop up and just start prestidigitating herself.
Constantly prestidigitating the floor around you to keep the water from touching your feet.
There you go. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore.
This is filthy.
Yes.
Your egg has calmed down a bit. No new cracks. As you take a peek in, worriedly. Yeah. Would you all like to proceed through the sewer based on kind of your impression of the map and where it's heading?
Can we look at the map?
It might be a good idea.
And maybe we could talk about what the hell just happened back there.
Yeah, do we know who they were?
Did they find
Either of
anything
those-
on them?
Yeah,
Or either
they.
of those people, the woman that modifies memories.
We
I don't know what she looks like.
we don't know. Yeah,
but-
we didn't know what she looked like. But
I did- Go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't really get the chance to look at them as I was engulfed in a giant ball of fire. So,
As I burned to the ground. But I did get this ring, and it appears to have this strange insignia on it. 3 U's facing together in a triangle.
and I found a
Is
amulet with very similar emblems on it.
They must have known each other.
Is
You're
it
telling
the,
me
the thing of the Thieves Guild that I told us that we shouldn't work with?
No, that was the leader of the group, right? The leader was no. The Blue Cloak was the one that told us about this stuff.
Shadow.
I call him the U Union because that just seems fitting.
But the U insignia, that was with them, yes?
Yeah.
The Blue Cloak had it
No,
too.
the
3.
The Thieves
Go.
Guild had the numerous tools and such all crossed
Right.
on top of each
Look.
other.
But Seraphina's
It is-
bow had the necklace. The Blue Cloak lady had it. It talked
Didn't we
about
have
the-
a note from Papillion where it had the 3 U's?
Yeah,
We did.
that's what I was talking about. The Blue Cloak lady.
Adis will pull that out and go through his little files. He's very organized, and he'll read it aloud to the rest of them. So, yes, it said, Papillion, release the beasts at 2 past noon. Shadow Troop will move in at 2:15 to secure the assets. Do not be seen. You. I believe the words were uninviting, unyielding, and unstoppable. If we spoke them, then the Shadow Troop would speak to us. Maybe we should have done that instead of getting blasted in the face with a fireball.
Well, it's
But-
not like she gave us much time to talk.
Sure, at the time, I suppose we didn't know this
Not.
information. So, whoever was up there,
I'm just kind of stuck on. You had time to rifle through their pockets and steal their sword, but not look at their face.
no, I didn't recognize him, right? DM?
Yeah, we don't know who
No.
the lady is.
I'm
Never saw her.
One had claw marks through their face, and I couldn't really tell.
There is that.
I mean, you're the one who cut one of them in half vertically, so if anybody should know, it would be you.
Well, you could have just
Oh, Bula,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Don't be crass.
Just super glue it.
Does anyone know the mending spell?
I don't think that's how
You
that
could have
works.
seen it enough to know, but I guess I thought we had a description of the woman that modifies memories.
No, just a name.
Fair. All right.
I suggest we tread lightly, because this group apparently has no limitations to what they are willing to do.
Good
Now,
thing I don't either.
I suppose the other question is, were they there defending the place, or were they there looking for someone and we happened to stumble upon them?
Not sure.
Hmm.
Oh,
Questions
Uh,
upon questions.
I go through my backpack real quick and I pull out the file and I'll hand that to Killian, and then I'll hand a journal over to Eidos and be like, I found these while I was quickly looking around. So that one's the treasure for the modified memory file, apparently, and then that's the crazy lady's journal.
Do you guys want to take a perusal through those?
I'll
Yeah.
flip through mine, just to identify it.
Okay. Yeah, Heron's file. He appears to have gone in about 5 years ago. She states that patient has difficult dreams about his childhood, strained relationship with his father, requested more pleasant childhood memories, did not change all of them. Some buried too deep.
Well, nothing much here.
And then Yurika's journal says, it starts off, you start off a little bit sooner, and you can see as you're flipping like backward from the page that it was sort of bookmarked at, like the last page she was writing on, which is like very chaotic, really like descends into just a lot of the same thing like you saw written on the kitchen wall, like down into the dark, hide in the dark, go down, things like that. And you flip further and further back in it, like going back in time, like you can sort of see the madness leaving as you go further back in time. You read all these journal entries, and some of these like other papers he picked up, some of these letters from similar time periods. And although they're kind of disjointed and nonsensical at first glance, you kind of start piecing them together, and they sort of reveal that her early writings were very like frustrated. She talks about how she failed to purchase entry over and over again into Luminara Collegium, your alma mater, and that she knew she had the talent but didn't have the funds to get there, and that led her to coming to and relocating to Tuzankin eventually when she gave up, and starting the House of Paramnesia with the little bit of memory spell that she was quite talented in. Later entries detail that when she was about 29 years old, she was approached by a family who traveled to Tuzankin from the city Aeroluck to offer her a job with their organization. They claimed to be on some sort of holy mission from the gods. And Yurika writes about how she was just like excited to sort of have a patron, and they offered her like 3 times whatever she makes running the House of Paramnesia if she would do some research for them as a side gig. And specifically, they wanted her to help find an item of great importance to their holy organization. She happily agrees. She writes about how she's very happy to have sort of like a fully funded research grant after failing for so long to get into an official mage school. Entries from there start detailing her coming to understand that the organization she was working for was called the Uninvited, Unyielding, Unstoppable Cult. And their mission was to find and empower, quote unquote, the one who would lead the followers of the unwelcome ones to glory. Her research specifically was meant to lead them to some sort of powerful artifact of Estar that went missing hundreds of years ago. During her research, she kind of narrows down. You can see like her journal is half notes of this research and half her own musings and frustrations. She narrows down the suspected locations of the artifact slowly. And according to a specific dated entry, like you flip from one page to the next and there are pages missing. Like she ends a sentence talking about like, okay, I really think that this is the place that I need to check next. And then you flip to the next page and it sort of like is a broken up sentence and it doesn't make sense, and you check closely and there's like ripped out pages from the binding.
Interesting. So, that diploma on her wall was fake? Didn't she have a diploma on her wall from
Did,
our
and you both
alma
rolled
mater?
a 4 or something, and you're both
Seraphina,
like,
she's a phony.
She's a forge.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Also, they were looking for this artifact of great power, an artifact of Astar. Astar?
Estar, easy, T-A-R.
It seems that she was pretty close to finding its location, but the portion of the journal where she wrote about where she thought it might be has been ripped out.
Yeah, and you see like the next pages after that sort of gap. That's where they really begin to read so chaotically, so disjointed, and like barely sentences at a point. Her tone in the writing becomes angry. She's like, you can see places where her pen like ripped through a couple pages as she was pressing hard, and but you do piece together that like she was refusing to turn in her research to the cult, to the UUU.
That's probably why they were looking for her.
From there, you keep flipping. You're like, oh, this is wild. And she sort of pivots from looking for what they wanted her to look for to following the same thread, but to find her own like power and knowledge to help her become more empowered. She starts to question Estar, the god himself, and she starts to show this temptation to challenge him as a god, and to try and like he's everybody go ahead and roll a religion check to see what you know about Estar.
Religion.
Do I get advantage because of that mosaic I have, or is it only related to Oasis stuff?
Does it say you have a +1 to religion? I think I sent you the little.
I think it's advantage on religion.
Yeah, that's all. That's all religion. It empowers you to know a little bit more about the history of the gods.
$11.
11. What everybody else get?
11.
Did anybody get 3? Did anybody
15.
get higher than 15?
15.
Okay, cool. If you got higher than 10, you know that Estar is one of the uninvited gods. Specifically, he's the god of illusions and secrets. And she writes in her journal about how she's desperate to see past the illusions and gain knowledge of the secrets. She has this idea that they will turn her life around in some way. She writes and rewrites all these different processes that she's trying at this point, that she theorizes might help her reach sort of through the weave to learn the secrets of the gods. These are some of those final really crazy entries in the journal where it's sort of like one word on one page and then the tiniest writing that you can't read on the next. And then it devolves down into the dark, hide in the dark.
Does it say anywhere in there what the artifact of great power does, or just that it does a thing?
Yeah, she does not know that. She was able to track it appears she was tracking the hands that pass through the places it may have passed through throughout history. It's had different names that she's been able to dig up, but none of these, she doesn't have a lot of like written record copied into this journal about what it specifically is able to do.
Shall we?
Okay.
Shall we go back up? Why, yes.
I think we might be a little too deep now.
Yeah. If this has anything to do with the other gods and someone to try to take the place of a god, just truly is madness. I would like to see this person stopped. And although I am curious about this artifact, and why they think that it would give them the power to defy even a god themselves, or become one nonetheless.
And it seems that this mage that apparently we had to go down deeper, so I think it's best that we take the time, since we're down here already, to maybe look into those spaces on the map. Maybe see maybe that's where she's hiding out potentially.
Point A or point B?
Which one are we closer to?
Roll a survival check, see if you can determine, based on the map and your knowledge of the city layout.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Ooh. Yeah, point A is closer.
Here is where we're gonna go.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you all move downward according to Killian's instructions, and slowly the ground starts to level out. The passageway becomes bigger and wider. Eventually, the sort of trickle of water has a small fall where the ground finally goes flat, to where there's like a stream or like a, I don't know, like a channel through the middle, and then two like maintenance walkways along each side, so that you don't have to walk in the water where it gets deeper. And there's like all these different like small inlets and pipes and things leading into this larger channel, and it's all sort of leading down toward the river and the ocean bay. All the water of different sorts collecting from the city, all the wastewater leading down toward the exit points downhill. And so you're sort of following the water going downstream. And you are walking along when you start to see it's pretty like well maintained down here. Like it's obviously it's a big city, a big rich city. The infrastructure is pretty well kept. So it's not like there's a bunch of like broken stuff or like debris left over anywhere. But you do start to notice like some weird rocks that get like a little bit bigger and a little bit more frequent as you walk. Maraway, roll a medicine check.
22.
Wow.
Plus
Yeah, you're
5,
seeing
baby.
You're seeing these rocks start to just like be like discarded kind of on this stone walkway that you guys are going down. And you hop down from Zada's back and pick one up. And it's shaped a lot like a human hand. Like pretty detailed human hand just by itself. And it like almost looks like it's been broken off of, like it even has a bit of wrist and arm to it. But you're feeling it. As much as it looks like a human hand, it's stone. You're like, you can sort of feel like the sandy, rough texture of it. It's not bone, it's not flesh. It's a perfectly carved stone hand. As if it was like broken off a statue or something. And you look at some of the others and you find like an ear. A little bit further down, you find like, I don't know, like a knee. Eventually
And it's
you
all
find
stone.
all stone.
Can I make an Arcana or another medicine check to see if this might be the remains of a petrified person?
Yes, you can.
Which one would you like?
Arcana.
Oh. Are you sure?
Really?
Oh, just kidding. I have a +5 with that also. So it's gonna be a 23.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're seeing like at first you're thinking like, okay, clearly like really, really, really well carved statue. Cause like you can see like almost like fingerprint in the stone if you look closely in the light from your staff. But eventually you start to see things that like just aren't possible. Like no matter what the skill used to carve stone, this is flesh made stone for sure. And that's such a high roll. You pick up this like discarded foot, and it's not just broken. It's not like it was torn and then turned to stone. It's not like broken stone. It's been bitten clean.
What you got there,
Everyone,
Marway? Is that a hand?
It is a hand, and it looks like it used to be a normal person hand, but it looks like it might have been done to petrification.
Ew.
What does that mean?
Well, it's when you get turned into the rock.
Did someone cast a spell?
I'm not 100% sure if it was a spell, or I know that there are several creatures that can just do this.
As you say creatures, his ears just like perk up. He's like, what?
I would like to know who was leading the way.
I will
Don't
be
worry.
in front.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
He's got the light.
I closed
Well,
the grate.
Marlowe's
and
technically got the
back.
light. I'm just concentrating on the light.
He's on you, so it's like same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, he's angler fishing for me.
Yeah.
Although I have dark vision, so it doesn't really bother me.
All right, yeah. Roll a perception check then.
Come on.
20. Dirty 20.
Incredible.
What?
Incredible. Can't get anything
15
past
plus
you.
5, man.
You look at it, Marway shows you these like bite marks on this stone foot. And your ears, once again, as they're prone to do, turn and perk up. And you hear from down the sewer, past the light, past where your light ends. Crunching.
Oh.
So Zada's gonna like look at Marway, take him down, and be like, shh. And then he looks at everybody else, and then his ears go flat. He goes down into like a crouch. Even if he has to get into the water, he'll go down into a crouch. And then he'll kind of point forward.
I want to cast resistance. I want to cast legacy resistance on Zada real quick, please.
You're welcome to do that.
'Cause I'm scared for his soul at the moment.
As like these puzzle pieces of what's happening are kind of coming together, is Killian able to, I guess, in a way, like rack his brain about like what types of creatures have this ability, like from his years of studying and whatnot?
Yeah, for sure. I would say you could roll a nature or an arcana or history are things that might lead you to the answer.
Yeah, I'll go with history. Yeah, that's a 7.
Yay!
You know you've heard about and read about different beasts and abominations and creatures that have the ability to turn people to stone. You're trying to rack your head about like why would the stone be bitten, and like you're coming up blank. There's an array of things and you're like, I can't even differentiate like which ones are which.
Didn't Marway say that he knew of some that would, though? I mean, does he know what they are enough that he could explain them to us?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
It's not something. Marway's like, I don't know anything in the Feywild that does this kind of stuff. Feywild stuff is trickery, but
I've heard about it, but I've never seen something like it.
Zada's going to start making his way forward stealthily, and he's going to use like step of the wind and everything like that. So he's going like stealth fast.
stealth fast. Awesome. Roll your stealth check.
Ooh, not good. That's a 5.
All right, Zada, you splash down. The water level is like 5 feet beneath the sort of raised walkways on either side. So you splash down into that water. The water is like 3 to 4 feet deep, depending on like where the stone is kind of eroded away. And you get down real low to where like you're sort of like just at chin level, keeping real low, keeping your ears low. And you go moving forward. But unfortunately, this water is it's kind of still now that it's deeper here. It's still moving, but it's still water. And as you're getting closer and you hear this crunching up ahead, Your movement makes the water lap against the sides of the stone, and where you're hearing and you hear this like almost like you can hear the creak of large bones turning toward you. Go ahead, everybody, and roll initiative.
Oh, man. That's creepy.
Thank you.
I would like to say I'm not a fan of this.
See, like I said, I roll good or I roll terrible, because this is another 3, so that's going to be only 8 for me. So if anybody wants to swap, I can swap you initiative.
I got a 16.
I have 8 as well.
I got a 14, but I'll switch with Zada.
You want to swap?
Sure.
So that puts Zada at 14 and Mara away at what?
8.
8. Robin?
It's not that bad.
I got a 2. I rolled a nat 1.
That's
Oh,
right,
he's-
buddy.
She's like trying to keep her pocket bacon and all her meats away from the water. She's like, wait, what's happening?
Zada jumps down there and backs up real fast.
I almost imagine she's like so intently watching Mara wait for this that she's not even realized that like something has stopped.
Yeah.
Killian,
Killian, what was your...
13.
All right. Zada, you've kind of creeped up into the dark.
I have dark vision.
And Eidos, you do have dark vision. Nice. Yeah, you creep up and you sort of like you can't quite see over the wall where you heard all this movement and crunching above you, but it definitely heard you. And you sort of stand up to peek, and that's when, like, as soon as your eyes sort of breach where you can see it, it's staring directly down at you. And Eidos, you hear Zada hiss. As he makes eye contact with this massive 6-legged, like, lizard gator creature. Eidos, you hear the hiss, and nothing else has happened. What are you gonna do? You're top of the order.
Hasn't attacked yet. He just hissed, and it's standing there. Yeah.
Zada, you heard a hiss. A cat hiss, a very cat-like hiss. And like a Zada.
It was a lion's roar. Excuse me.
Oh, sure. It was. Yeah, no, you didn't hear anything, but it's in the dark past you. I don't know if you have dark vision or how
I
far.
do.
Let's
60
go ahead
feet,
and
I
pull up a
believe.
map.
Ooh.
I'll double check that distance.
Don't you get like super
You're a
dry
drow, yeah,
sight?
I think it's like 120, isn't it?
Is it 120?
It's either 120 or 90.
It depends on-
Oh, it's only 60? What?
It's only they
Is that the new
I think
rules?
they like flatlined everything.
Lame.
I mean,
20,
technically half trials aren't
24.
even a thing anymore, so
2024
Wow.
just gutted your superior dark vision.
they did. They do get cantrips now. I mean, technically, so I don't know how it works. I don't know like how half drow will work. I guess it would just work off the old stuff, but like regular drows get fairy fire, levitate, and globe of darkness. I think now
Fairy
I
fire.
love getting free spells.
free spells, man.
Free spells. Fairy fire. Let's go.
Free spells.
Let's see.
All right.
Okay, so can I see this thing? I'm looking at the map now.
Let me measure here. It is 80 feet away from you. How far is your dark vision?
60.
60. So I'll move. So I haven't seen this thing yet.
No.
Okay. Sensing that Zada might about to be in danger, whatever the correct way to say that sentence is, I'll move forward about 30 feet or so to get closer, so I can be a little more effective. And let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. So I can see it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
Far
Seraphina.
away.
Killian.
I'll cast.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna cast
Okay.
Fairy Fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna make him glow. He's gonna be outlined in blue, green, or violet. Blue. And yeah,
Saving throw, right?
Is it? Yes, it's 13 dexterity.
13 for me, Dex. That was a 4.
Okay.
Oh,
A great spell.
It is
Fire.
glowing.
So he's for the duration, he's going to shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So does that mean that everybody can see him from where they are now? Cool.
because he's
Yeah.
lit up.
Yep, he's lit up.
Alright. I don't want to punch him first because he's not attacking yet. I feel like this is a dirty trick.
I
So-
do not.
You don't think it's a dirty trick? Maybe somebody just gave him a snack and he's just trying to enjoy it. I don't know. Okay. Movement, action. I'm good to go.
Alright. Next up is Zada. This thing is looking down at you, and then as soon as Eidos came in and lit it up, it turned its gaze to Eidos.
Saying that he's going to jump out of the water. He's going to use uncanny metabolism to get his focus points back. Once for a long rest. Monk stuff. I don't heal anything because I'm still at full. But I do get my focus points back. So back to full. And yeah, I am going to up this boy. Do we get any special abilities from having it carry fire?
Any attack roll against an effective creature has advantage if the attacker can see it. And yeah, that's it.
Alright, so I have advantage. My first strike out with the... So I will jump up, get on this boy over here. Actually, I'll try to direct his gaze behind him. So I'll get around to behind him. I will...
Go ahead and roll for me a Constitution save,
Perfect.
as it tracks your movement.
Constitution...
You have a plus. You have a D4 to that also.
16 plus a d4.
That's another
20.
dirty 20. That's
That's
another
not
dirty
20.
20?
Well, that's because of guidance. I rolled a 14 plus 2, and then plus 4 from guidance.
I'm gonna come to
Or
California and
resistance.
throw those dice in the fire.
No, I love these dice. They
These
help
dice
me,
are
but
just
sometimes
staying up
they're very bad, but sometimes they're very
Those
good.
are going straight into the fires of Mount Doom. Sick of them.
there. They must be destroyed.
You don't know what you have, the power. Okay. Alright,
Okay.
so
Make the save.
I rolled with advantage on my other dice. Rolled a 19. The other one rolled a 5. So see, like I said, it's either real good or real bad. So that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Six points of damage, of slashing damage, and then I'm gonna come around with just no. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself. So I will glow wreathed in fire again, and then I will get a +2 to my AC. My
Very
bonus action, and that's it.
Awesome. Okay. Killian, you're up.
All right. So I can just see the glowing creature in the far distance here. Killian will edge his way up, just kind of past Eidos there, and then how far is this guy? All right, 40 feet. So he's still a little bit far. Yeah, Killian will. I'll use my action to dash, but I still kind of want to be a little bit concealed in the dark, I guess, a little bit. So I'm only going to go about another like 15 feet forward, and I'll end my turn there.
All right. Lady Seraphina.
Seraphina is going to walk up to Eidos, like kind of crouch over. Do not leave me behind in this disgusting sewer. What is in front of us? I cannot see anything in here. I just
You
see
can't.
glowing lights.
It's illuminating the creature. It's You can see its outline. It's a horrible 6-legged lizardy beast.
Oh my gosh.
Don't come close. We don't know what this thing is going to do. Well, probably turn you into stone and eat you, but, that's just a guess at this point.
Seraphina's gonna cast her Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So it's 23 to hit.
That hits.
And then there's 9 damage.
9 damage. As you're doing that, you land it. You feel you swell with pride as you make a solid connection, and you cast this spell with one hand, and you're still like cradling the egg in your skirts with the other, and you feel your skirts like jerking as the egg. Another loud crack happens with the egg.
I will kind of like bend over and kind of like keep the egg together in my skirts.
You see, like, you look down, and there's, like, a scaly white foot. Little claws that has kicked out of the egg.
Oh my god! Ooh.
Marway, your turn.
Oh. Alright. I don't even know. This just does not seem like a great place to be. So I am going to scooch on up with Seraphina and Eidos.
Oh yeah, light
And
phase, by
then-
the way. You don't have any more light, because I casted...
Oh, we don't have light?
Nope, I casted Shield of Faith, so that's a concentration, so you can't see anything anymore.
Things are still lit up in front of you. It's still lit up.
Yeah, it's
I-
still lit up.
I run forward and bump into Seraphina and Eidos.
Yeah.
Careful. Who's there?
It's just me, don't worry. I mean, they got the big alligator up there, so we probably should worry a little bit. And I think I am going to summon Hearth with a 2nd level spell. So this is going to be the Flame Sphere spell.
Okay.
And I can do that 60 feet in front of me, so we're going to smack it right next to our mysterious alligator friend.
On the water side or the wall side?
On the wall side.
Got you.
Mm,
Little firebird.
it probably looks really cool right now.
And because Hearth is a little bit bigger and a little bit more heated than normal, I'm going to need it to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Sure can. That was a nat 1 for a 0.
Excellent!
Ooh.
Ooh, a 6. Oh, there's a 4. So it's going to be 10 fire damage.
Nice. All right. Anything else from Marway?
That's gonna be it. But I believe he also... No, just kidding. That's it. I couldn't remember if he, like, sheds light or whatnot. I feel like he does, but I'm not seeing it in the description.
I'm assuming fire does cast light.
Yeah.
It's a flaming
But we kind of see
sphere.
him glowing, right?
Oh, 20
Yeah.
foot radius, there's bright light, and dim light for another
Oh.
20.
Yeah, Marway, you cast this spell, or this, your little bird friend pops up and burns the one basilisk. Just as this is happening, Zada, the light that this sheds reveals, creeping slowly toward you down in a low crouch, is a second one of these beasts. Coming creeping out of the dark around the corner from where everybody else is.
Dang.
Okay.
And it's gonna go ahead and move right into your space and take a nice big bite at you.
If
That's
it's
only
very
right.
dark... Oh, sorry.
That's okay, go ahead.
If it's very dark, can we see Zada being attacked? From...
You see, yeah, you
There's
see
light now.
him like look down the hall as this thing comes lumbering up toward him, as he's like biting this first one, and you see it just as it gets to him and takes its huge mouth, like as it's coming around the corner, its mouth is open, ready to take a big old bite out of him. But Zada, you managed to get your bracers like on each of the 2 jaws and hold it open and kind of like step back and throw it out of the way with a 9 to hit. All right, Bula. Excuse me.
Okay. So she's gonna check back behind her first of all. She's gonna look behind her just to make sure there's nothing creeping up, because these things are apparently popping out of nowhere.
It's dark behind you, but you're paying attention. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything moving in the darkness.
Yeah, I mean, I have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Yeah, there's nothing coming at you from that distance.
Okay, so knowing that there's nothing coming behind us, she is just going to take off running. So we are going to run. Go away. We're gonna. Dadgummit. Sorry, we're gonna run. And she's gonna use the dash action as well, which is gonna put her up here next to Killian.
Your boot crunches on a stone face as you're running.
Ooh.
As she looks down, she says, "Oops."
Classic.
That's it. She's just getting. She wants to be in front of Maraway for sure, and she wants to be up here with Killian and Zada to take care of things.
Got you. All right. The one that Zada ran up and tried to engage with. It's that one's turn. It is also gonna try and take a bite at Zada being right there. That's a 23 to hit.
Ouch.
For 10 piercing damage plus 8 poison damage. Alright. And then let me measure something real quick. Okay, just curious. Eidos, your turn.
I keep Shield of Faith. I did a con check. 23.
Good. Okay.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Yes. Gotta measure. Am I 30 feet away here? I think so. 10, 20, well, very obviously 30 feet away. So I'm gonna move forward, kind of get behind Killian here. 10, 20, 30.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna move forward ahead of Killian here. Good. Okay. Going my cool staff, and as I do, lightning flickers from the sheet that it came from, and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt at level 2 and use 2 sorcery points to make it a twin spell so I can get both of these bastards.
Damn, alright.
That's going to break my concentration on fairy fire, so I couldn't screw anybody over. I guess this does Hearth fix that now? Is that how you
First
say
does
it?
fix that. Yep. Everything is lit up together with her.
illuminating.
Yep.
Okay. So no more advantage on attacks against these guys. And let's roll. Let's roll bones. Let's see. Please. Motherfucker. 14.
14 to hit.
14 to hit.
Just misses. Both.
Hold on, please. Hold, please.
Holding.
Hold, please. 1 second.
Elevator music. Do, do.
Sneaking spell?
Yeah. But I stupidly... That cost 2 sorcery points. I only have 3. And what I just did cost me 2 whole points. So, that means I have 1. And I'm screwed. Man, that would have been so cool. Everybody would have made fan fiction of me. Man. Do I have...
Bonus action, I think, do you have the ability to convert yet? Sorcerer or spells into sorcery points yet?
I do, but not enough sorcery points to do so.
Bummer.
Oh, so you can't do it the other way, like use a spell to convert into sorcery points. I think it's like a first level spell gives you...
Oh, is that a spell? No, I don't have that. I don't have that spell if that exists, but I should. That sounds really handy.
It's a sorcerer thing. Like you can do both. You can sacrifice spells for sorcery points, or use sorcery points to get back spells.
Oh, it's not a spell to do so. I'm
So
just using a
it's a
spell
bonus
slot.
action. Yeah, it requires a bonus action to do it.
And I use a bonus action in the middle of my action.
Up to Kara.
Are you able to do using your sorcery point would continue this action, essentially, correct?
So what I'm trying to do is say, oh shit, this didn't work out, and then quickly convert a spell slot to get another sorcery point, and then use more sorcery points for the thing I just cast.
I'm gonna say yes, because you would have been able to do it regardless of where you put that bonus action, right? So
I believe so. And
But
it's
you-
all interconnected with an intricate dance with many flourishes, so, you know.
yeah, spells on spell.
So-
I'm gonna say yeah, rule of cool. I'm fine with it.
It's out of here, my boy. So how many do I get? One per spell slot?
I don't know the conversion. I would have to look at it. I know you can do it. I know
Okay.
that it is possible to do that. I just don't know New Sorcerer that well. I don't know. I think it's.
Oh, this is new sorcerer. Okay.
well, it's
As
also
bonus
about
action,
to.
you can expand one spell slot and gain a number of sorcery points equal to the slot's level. So
Okay.
1 First level will give you 1 sorcery point. Second level will give you 2, so on and so forth.
One pirouette burns a first level spell slot and gives me another sorcery point, and then I'll fling my staff at them again and do Seeking Spell. I'm going to re-roll that D20, and I have to use the new roll. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to fling myself into the sewer. Fucking 14.
Well, you did all of it.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm very
Alright.
sad.
But it was gonna be very cool.
It would have been
was.
really cool.
It would have been.
Look,
Cool.
those of us back here in the back of the line, we just got to see Eidos do so much cool shit, and then nothing happened.
Just electricity wrapping around my body as I dance and dance and dance, and yeah, nothing really happens at all. Cool. So
He
that was very
literally just-
expensive, and I'm done.
He just challenged the basilisk to a dance
Dance
battle.
off.
Is what he did.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're down the club. Oh, that would have been cool. Too bad. Zada, you're up.
Zana is going to.
Oh, actually, Zada, go ahead and
Wait.
roll for me another con check.
Sure.
2 of those, if you will.
Is Zada at the top of the initiative?
Eidos is the top of the initiative.
I'm
He ran
Are you
up.
raging?
no, I just ran. I was like, I didn't do anything because I
think you
didn't ran. do anything. I
Yeah.
ran.
No,
The end. That's why I don't
so-
remember doing anything.
How long does resistance last? Is it just for one check, or does it keep going?
I used Legacy, so it was just one check.
Okay, so that is a. This is not going to be very high. This is 14 for con.
Okay. What's your second one? Do it twice. You're within the range of 2 of them, and you can see both of them.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's a 12.
12. Okay. Your feet go leaden. Kung kung. As you try and step and start to try and do your attack. And you feel this cold nothingness start creeping up your ankles. You are
Alright,
welcome
so-
to take your turn. You just have 0 movement at this point.
All right, he just kind of also wipes off blood from his lip. He is probably he looks pretty fucking hurt. But he doesn't care because that's what Zada does. So he's going to go out with a bang. So he's going to look at the first person in front of him, and he is going to go full on flurry of blows. So he's just going to do. Oh man. 3 attacks? Yeah, it's gonna be a total of 3 attacks.
Okay.
All with advantage on this guy. So 18 to hit.
That hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
Those are the unarmed strikes. 20 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of damage.
What was that first? I'm sorry, what was that first damage?
9, because that was max. So
And which one are you going for here? The purple ring or the orange
The
ring?
purple, the one that has fairy fire, because that
It doesn't have fairy
There's
fire
no fairy
anymore.
fire.
Oh,
But it was it was the blue one.
It's not anymore. Yeah, the blue one.
Oh.
Got it.
Okay. So it doesn't have fairy fire anymore?
No, I broke concentration.
How dare you? So these are going to be bad. I should re-roll those because I thought they still had fairy fire.
Yeah, if you did not have advantage, yeah, please do.
I did not have advantage, so I'll re-roll those. So that's a 7 for the first one, so that doesn't hit at all.
Nope, sorry.
18, so that one
That
hits.
hits.
That one's 6.
Damage?
Yeah, 6 damage.
Got you.
And the last one is another 7, so that
Okay.
doesn't hit.
All right. The one you've been clawing at is starting to look pretty messed up. You're slicing its leather skin to pieces. To
Mm.
ribbons, as Sarah J. Maas would say.
Okay.
All right. Killian. Let me do a quick measure.
Oh,
Roll
as a
for me.
bonus action-
Oh,
as a
sorry.
free
Yeah,
action,
go
I'll
ahead.
say
Donna.
stay back. I'll say stay back. Don't get any closer to anyone. Then he'll
Killian.
just-
That warning came a bit too late. Go ahead and roll a con save for me.
All right. Doopy doopy doo. Let's see. 13.
You it turns and looks at you as you start to move, and you feel yourself feel okay. You succeeded.
I don't like how this thing's looking at me. and I'm gonna run forward.
It looks
Stop looking at me!
Alright, go ahead and
yeah.
take your turn.
So Killian will run towards this creature, and a little bit of I won't say a little bit, a lot of adrenaline starts coursing through Killian as he sees Zada engaged in combat, and he kind of just mutters a little silent prayer to himself as he takes out his whip and once again kind of drawing back to that fight they had against the demons. The divine power courses through his eye and goes down his arm into his whip as it glows a soft kind of white light coming off of it. And I'll swing at this guy here. Boopy-doopy-doo. So that's going to be 18 to hit.
Yes.
And as Killian kind of swings the whip, it's going to kind of catch fire off of Hearth, and at the same time smack into the creature, and he'll use a searing smite at the same time.
Hell yeah.
So with that, so that's going to be 8 radiant, or sorry, how much radiant damage we doing here? 7 radiant damage, and then 3 fire damage. And this guy also kind of has like a searing brand that is carved into him, and it kind of just is slowly like growing in flame.
I like to picture it's like the Zoro Z, but you whipped a K in its flesh. The flourish. Ole.
Ole. Yeah, so it is currently on a little bit of fire.
Nice. All right. Good turn. Seraphina, that's you.
Is it the
You
blue
are-
one that's on fire? I'm sorry.
Correct. Yeah, the blue one's on fire.
Okay. You said I am.
You're up, and you're far enough away right now that you don't need to
Okay,
roll.
perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna try to cast sleep on this orange one. So what I do is I cast 5d8. Hold on.
And it's like if its HP is below what you roll in that D8, right? Then it falls asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Did it roll for me?
I know that from Dimension 20.
For all the metagamers out there, this is how you check your enemy's HP right here without metagaming.
Yeah.
Did it not roll for me? It doesn't like it. Hold on. There you go.
It's a
26.
All right, and you're casting it on the purple one or the orange one?
The orange one.
It turns and looks at you as it feels the spell connect. Nothing happens.
Seraphina looks around in embarrassment. Make sure no one saw.
The little foot sticking out of the egg. It's like stretching its little claws. Like you see it like sleepy stretch.
She looks to Marway and says, "What do we do?"
You nurture it!
I don't know what that means! She sits on it. She doesn't know what to do.
I can't. That's funny. Oh my god. Alright, Mara, what are you gonna do as you watch Seraphina put the egg under all her skirts and have a little seat?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Pretty sure she's also doing this in the dark as well, like just kind of there in the dark.
So I'm gonna take a bonus action. And Hearth is going to ram up against Basilisk Blue.
Okay.
So I need another dex check, please. Or dex save, I'm sorry.
You got it. That's a 9.
Excellent. That's gonna be 10 fire damage, please.
Sure can. It is burning. It like starts like rolling and writhing on the ground. It's not dead, but it is suffering. Suffering is the nice way of putting it.
Well, it would probably be nice of us to put it out of its suffering. I don't know if I have a spot I can put this where it's not going to get Zada, though. Alright, we are going to summon not Hearth, we already have Hearth. We're going to get Huthamer out. I don't know if you can see all my things, so I'm just going to draw it real quick. We're going to put... There's no good place.
I've got a Huthamer guy. Where do you want to put him?
No, everything within 10 feet of him takes damage. So I'm trying to find a spot where I'm not going to catch these two idiots that are both equally 10 feet away from them at all times.
You could, I'm going to be nice and say you could put it on the far side of the orange one.
I can't reach that far.
Oh. You can run closer and do it.
Yeah, but I wanted to take this one out. You know what? When you're the healer, you get to do certain things that other people don't get to do. So I'm gonna put it, not where I drew. I don't know why that just happened. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, no, oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
It's everywhere.
I love when you draw random shapes on the map.
So many circles.
Marway is literally like, his fairy magic is just causing all these purple bubbles to pop up as he's trying to figure out where to put it.
I don't know what's happening!
There's purple
there we go, there we go.
Okay, where do you want
it? It's about right there, in that square that this one's accompanying. So it'll just be Killian and... Oh, hold on. Right here. So it's gonna be Killian and the mysterious creature that we don't know the name of. And so I'm going to need dexterity checks or saves from them.
From Killian and the creature.
Correct.
Mine was a 15.
Will poo.
19 for Killian.
Excellent. No one takes lightning damage. We love to see it.
Safety
Whoa!
first.
Watch where you summon that thing.
Yeah, luckily the creature was like rolling flat on the ground, just burning.
You didn't get them hit. And with that, I'm going to like huddle up right next to Seraphina to kind of give my body heat to the egg as well.
Naturally, yes, as is your right.
And that's it.
All right, Bula.
All right. So she heard Zada say, "Don't come closer." However, she's kind of seen him like have trouble picking up his feet all of a sudden, and so she's real mad about that. not amused that these things are obviously doing something to him that she doesn't like. So she is still gonna run. She's gonna get about... She's gonna come all the way up about here. And she kind of sees, now that she's that close to Zada, she can kind of see that it looks almost like stone or heavy kind of creeping up his feet. And that just makes her extremely angry. And as she does so, a bolt of light just kind of shoots out of her chest. And this blue one here is gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. This is Bula raging, correct? I'm a little
Yes,
certain
this
of
is-
something.
This is Bula raging.
That con save was 16.
Oh,
Barely misses. So that thing is going to take 4 points of radiant damage
Okay.
and is blinded until the start of my next turn.
How do you want to do this?
Okay. So she comes up and she sees what's going on and she gets really angry. She's like, "What is happening?" And then she kind of like starts shaking and feels real weird in her chesticle area. And then she says, "What is happening?" This bolt of light just shoots out of her chest and just...
Yeah, it's the most radiant cleavage any of you have ever seen. As it puts
Oh
this
my
creature
God.
on the ground out of its misery. This light just like goes from Bula's ample bosom into this lizard thing on the ground, and it goes limp, dead on the ground.
And after that happens, she's just kind of like, that happened. So then, let's see. I just need to see how far away. So I'm only about 5 feet from the other one.
Mhm.
Okay, so then she's gonna take out her glaive. Actually, no, she's only 5 feet. She's gonna go with her great axe. Okay, so then she's kind of like still kind of checking out her cleavage there as she pulls out her great axe, and she's gonna hit this big fella. Oh, maybe. $19.
That hits.
Awesome. Oh, cool. And then 6 points of damage.
Nice. All right, hell of a round for Bula. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Okay, Eidos, hold please.
real quick, what square is this basilisk in?
I mean 4 of them.
It's in all 4.
If you use the ruler tool, it'll measure like regardless of the squares, since I don't have you guys like locked in a grid. Or if you would like me to lock it into a grid, I'll just move it in one of those squares.
It doesn't matter.
Eidos, though, you are just close enough. I need you to roll a con check for me.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, I think that's +2. 4. I'm gonna buy new dice, I think, tomorrow. If anybody wants to go shopping with me.
I
There you
just
go.
guys,
Shopping
like,
montage.
Just, yeah, taste test them all first. Make sure they're
Mm.
incredible.
Indeed.
Yeah, Eidos, you're like a little bit like trying to play off the last failed spell and failed spell that you used. And you feel this cold and nothingness start creeping up from the ground up, almost like your feet are falling asleep, and you are locked in place by, you look down, what appear to be stone feet and ankles. But you have your turn. What would you like to do besides move?
I will do my best to dance this spell. Alright, so I'm gonna do like a flick of the wrist. It's all hand moves now. I'm gonna cast there we go. Just voguing with my staff. Till it gets powerful enough, I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at first level. It's gonna be lightning damage.
As is your right.
Please. Just one. 15.
That hits.
Oh, finally. Jesus. 3d8. 2. 7. And 8. 15.
2, 7, and 8?
Yep.
17.
That's what I said. No, I'm sorry. It was 2, 5, and 8. I was adding it as I went.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank
I
you.
was like, oh
Thank
man,
you
I'm
for
not
your
that
honesty.
stupid.
Don't ever let me correct your math.
No, please correct my math. I'm terrible with it.
All right, anything else?
I mean, that was good. That was something.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Zada, go ahead and take your turn. You are still restrained.
Do I have to make another save?
No. But the stone is creeping up your thighs and up your
Okay.
waist.
Cool. Love it. Alright, so he's just gonna turn, kind of just edges his body even if it doesn't move with him.
Yeah.
So he'll just move, and then I'll burn another focus point to do Flurry of Blows. As I can see, a lot of people are starting to transform with me. First one is 20 to hit.
That hits.
Only 4 points of damage. At 1, so that's a nothing. On my first unarmed strike. So he goes to try to like kick, but he can't move his leg. He's like, oh yeah.
At this point, it's like the stone is chest high and it's just starting to reach your shoulders. What else do you do?
Last hit. That's only 7. So yeah, so only 1 hits. And he's just like kind of grimacing.
All right. Now
And
you
he-
roll your con save, please.
8.
All right. You finish trying to make this last blow, and as you wind back to make that last hit, it creeps to your shoulders. You can't move your arms. It creeps to the end of your hands, up your neck, and up to your head. And you all see a perfect Zada stone statue in front of you, poised to strike with his claws out. Teeth bared. Pretty cool statue.
Cool statue, sad day. Yeah.
Killian,
All right.
you are by all accounts petrified, Zada.
Mhm.
Killian, your
Uh,
turn.
Okie doke. I see cat statue.
Statue,
And
if you will.
Oh,
You are gonna have to roll another con save as well, please.
alrighty. Ooh, not good. That's going to be only a 7.
Uh-oh. Welcome to the club.
Can I? Can I use my heroic inspiration to just re-roll?
Can you use that on saves?
You can use it on anything.
Yeah,
Anything.
absolutely. You can. Yes.
Anything.
Probably a good time to do it.
Ooh, 14.
Oh,
It worked.
that
Maybe.
saved you.
It worked.
It worked.
Hooray for being a human.
You
Huzzah.
it Zada finishes turning to stone. It turns to look at you, and it's a battle of wills. Your eyes lock with it. So you don't even bother looking away. You just fight through it, and your adrenaline is so high it can't possibly stop you from fighting back.
I have my divine eye protecting me as I charge forward.
Can't charge.
I can charge. I got movement.
He's not. Yeah, I don't think we started petrifying yet.
No, I saved the last time.
Just Eidos and Zada at this point, right?
It's just you lead feet over there. So we run in and once again whip this thing.
With that bang.
This thing.
Great. Oh, that's a natural one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no.
ones.
Damn it.
Now they're hitting.
Yeah, I like to
Snags
think you try and whip it, but
Snags
Yeah.
on some stone hand behind me.
yeah. Zada's it's all of Zada's fur is now like stone spikes, like hair razor thin stone spikes. Your whip catches on one of them. You're not able to finish the motion. Anything else from Killian?
No, that's it.
Okay, Seraphina.
Seraphina.
You drag your foot. You're crouched on top of it. What are you gonna do?
Seraphina, she'll stay seated. She's gonna try to take her turn while seated. She has priorities. She's gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
It is 24 to hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
that hit.
Yeah. She looks down to see if it comes out of her chest too. She's very disappointed. But it's 7 damage of non-booby damage.
Neither as ample nor as powerful as Zulas. But that 7 damage makes a dent in the creature as the egg jerks underneath you, and you feel yourself like scoot, like you drop an inch as more of the egg cracks and falls away, and you can see like little like spikes in the ridge of like a little leathery spine poking out of another part of the egg. So you've got a leg and some of a back showing as the shoulder
God.
punches through.
She
Of
looks
whatever
up at Marway and doesn't know what to do, just waiting for him for instructions and guidance. Just like...
All right, Marway, anything for your turn?
Absolutely.
Besides being a good doula?
So, we're gonna bonus action. We're gonna have Haven scoot over and ram into him. So a dex save again, please.
Okay. That would be a 2.
It's gonna be 8 fire damage, please.
Man, this little bird is doing almost all the damage today.
It's
Well,
about
that's
effort.
gonna be.
Hasn't missed.
I'm sorry, everyone. That'll be the end of my damage for this one, because I am going to run up to Eidos, who I see turning to stone, and we're going to say goodbye to Haven or Hearth as I cast Legacy Resistance on Eidos. So his next saving throw, he gets to add a D4 to. And with that being a concentration spell, Birdie is gone.
Okay, got it.
And then we're gonna make our way back to Seraphina, but we don't have enough space to go all the way back.
Right.
Also, I want to say now you guys have no light. Like, now you are literally in the dark.
Yeah, those of us in the back were a little screwed. Everyone else up there,
Actually,
they're fine. They'll- yeah.
Killian's
Oh,
whip is giving that
It's lit up.
light like Earth did.
Yeah, correct. So you have the same amount of light with the divine smite fire. Okay. This basilisk sees an awfully tasty morsel in front of it, so it's gonna bite at Zada.
Has advantage.
Yeah, it doesn't need it. That was a dirty 20.
Oh no.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 13 points of damage as it just takes a chunk out of your shoulder.
It does. I do have. It says as petrified. I do have resistance to damage and immunity to poison.
Mm-hmm.
So you take half damage.
So half damage.
Okay, so you
But
take
still,
6
I think
damage.
6 damage is my health, so I go to 0.
Yeah, if you could bleed, you would be right now. Oh, but
I
it is crunching on your shoulder. Nom nom nom. Boola.
All right.
Go ahead and make your con save for me.
It's a 21.
Okay, you're safe.
And now that I've just used up my good roll, I'm not going to do anything else. Okay. She's going to move around this way just to make sure that we don't, like, accidentally knock off parts of Stone's-Otta. And then she's going to take her great axe and she's going to raise it above her head like this. And as she does, just like...
Love it.
Just this
Radiant
brilliant light. Brilliant light comes out of her chest. Radiant cleavage, yes. So that's going to be a con saving throw.
Okay. That's a 10.
Nope. So that's a 1d6 damage. 4 again. So 4 and blinded.
Yeah, it's blinded. Nice.
That means it can't petrify us.
And then do you take your axe attack?
Yes. And then we're going to go on ahead and attack with the axe. Told ya, that was the only good one. Okay. So it's gonna be 14 to hit.
14. Does not hit.
Yeah.
Just misses.
She got distracted by the
Radiant
own
cleavage.
Radiant cleavage.
Radiant
Yeah.
cleavage. I mean,
I think we all
honestly,
did.
it's pretty distracting. So...
All of us with nice cleavage have been there before. Like, oh.
Okay,
Alright,
so that's what I got.
Say Eidos.
Yes.
Is that a con save?
Yes.
And I have advantage on
yeah.
it?
Yeah, you're close enough.
No, you have a D4.
D4. Okay.
That's right.
Actually, you're just out of range. You don't need that con save.
Oh.
The purple
Okay,
one
got
that
it.
was having rolling those.
But also, it's blinded. Does it still do the damage just
It still
because he's
can,
already
yeah.
taken it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
I got
Oh, you're starting to be paralyzed. Your
if you're
con save is at the end
blinded-
of your turn.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. One spell slot left. Let's make it count. I'm going to point my staff at this lizard boy, and I'm going to cast a witch bolt.
Okay, go ahead.
15.
Hits.
Nice. Okay. Beam of crackling blue energy goes forth and hits him. It's a sustained arc of lightning, and he's gonna take 1d12 of damage,
Ooh.
which feels like the first time in my life I've ever rolled 1d12. 3 whole points of lightning damage.
Yeah.
Take that.
Ka-chow!
And I also had one thing. Robin, did you roll your attack with advantage? Because it's
No.
blinded. As we learned as we will learn in Mod Pod tomorrow, when you're blinded, attacks have advantage against you.
That's true. Go ahead.
Nice.
Did you roll your attack with advantage, Robin?
I did not.
Go for it. I'll let you do it.
So that'll be a 15.
That hits. Thank you, Marway.
This is why it's important to know your rules, children.
Go watch it in my podcast.
Know your conditions.
In Mod Pod, we're going to talk about paralysis a lot tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. Look, I just did that with you, and I totally missed that. It's 11 points of damage.
Oh, honey, how you want to do this?
Ooh!
And that's why we learn the rules of D&D, baby.
This is what a real support does for your table, people.
Alright, so she is going to go on ahead, and she's got her her axe raised, radiant cleavage, totally distracted, and be like, "Huh?" And as she comes down, so it's gonna kind of slice, not a perfect like in between as she would hope for, because she's distracted. So it's gonna kind of like fillet it sideways,
Oh yeah, like a fish.
like a fish.
Like a
Yeah.
fish.
Between the one that Hearth kept burning and this one being filleted, this is a sushi and seafood bar down here.
Delicious.
Delicious, and this basilisk falls dead. We have Zada, who is both stone and dying actively.
Okay, so Bula
Yes,
shouts.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Bula shouts, "Hair of the dog," and then she just hair of the dog, and she just runs over and sticks her hands like in the basilisk corpse there, like gets a bunch of blood on her, and just like smears it on him. Does it do anything?
He's
Quite
now
works that
a
way.
Zada statue covered in basilisk blood.
As someone who's made many remedies, I might be able to find like a way to reverse it.
Okay, while you think about that, let's take a very quick 10-minute break.
Oh, but come on, we gotta do with Eidos. Does Eidos get to roll his at the end of his turn?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah. So sorry.
Yeah,
You know,
do it. Let's see. This is gonna be the last
Plus
one.
4.
So...
Plus D4.
Plus 4.
Plus four.
Plus 4.
Plus a
Is that plus
D4,
four?
yeah.
15. I only rolled
Alright,
15.
Alright.
Only roll 15.
the stone that was slowly creeping up your hips recedes
Oh.
back down your legs. Your willpower and your lightning magic have staved off the greater effects of this dead creature's spell.
Thank you,
And
Maraway.
with that, with a very handsome dying stone lion, let's take a 10-minute break. We will be back in 10 minutes, so stick around. We're going to go ahead and play the ads during the break since we are affiliate status. Thank you to all of our followers and affiliates and our subscribers. We love you all. Follow and subscribe if you haven't already. We're so funny. And we will be back in
We're so
10 minutes
funny.
to see what
It's
becomes
true.
of the statuesque lion. See you soon. Wayne's World. Just kidding. Just
Party
kidding.
time. Excellent.
Excellent. Hi, welcome back. Thank you, all of our friends, for waiting and for sticking around during the commercial break. So in case you are just now joining us, these beautiful Saints of Tuzankin are investigating in the sewers of the city looking for one asset called Darkdown, who they've recently pieced together is very likely the mage Eureka Fellshade, who has disappeared from her House of Paramnesia, where she makes money modifying memories that are unpleasant for the wealthy, and who got mixed up with a notorious cult in this area. So they are looking for her to try and solve some interconnected mysteries throughout the city. They've come across two large lizard-like beasts that, before going down in a blaze of death, managed to turn their Leonin friend Zada into a stone statue, which was then partially eaten by one of them, and is therefore both stone and rolling death saves. So,
And covered in blood.
and now covered in basilisk blood because Bula got the idea that that would help. Because hair of a dog. Not the worst thing anybody's ever tried. So, what would you all like to do?
I would
Maraway,
like to start those medicine checks because curing poisons of like snakes and whatnot is not something Maraway is, unknown to him. This is something he used to do quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna
Go ahead.
see. Yeah, you did miss the magical boobies card trick.
Yeah.
It was magic. You're gonna have to
Spectacular.
Would you like to see my nat 20?
oh yeah.
I will
I'll
show
give you.
it. I want to show it. I'm so excited. Where is it?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Those are
yay.
beautiful. That's a beautiful
Oh,
dice.
thank you. I'll do a dice tour one day. Now to get my camera back normal.
They look minty. Okay, yeah. Marway, you're in a panic, seeing your friend Zada with a bite taken out of his stone shoulder and smeared in basilisk blood, and you think, like, Bula's onto something. There's like, you can cure it with the hair of the dog. She just used the wrong hairs. And,
I don't really know what that phrase means.
oh, you sure don't,
They
but
don't
you're
look
like
they have hair on them.
You're like, yeah, it's not the hair, it's not the blood. You know, that in a lot of cases of like poison and petrification, that the antidote is typically made out of the same poison. It's just a different version of the same thing. So you know that there's, in a lot of these kind of animals and beasts that can do these specific things, there's like glands and things within their throats that you can cut into and access this secretion to help.
Excellent. I'm going to ask someone for a dagger. Does anyone have a pokey?
Killian will pull out the one that he took from that dead guy. Here you go.
Dead guy dagger.
Dead guy dagger. And then I'm going with my, I have my herbalist kit that has vials in it. We're going to go ahead and puncture into this gland and start filling some vials up.
Okay, yeah, with that medicine check, very easily done. You fill up 2 vials full of this basilisk venom, and you're able to administer it to Zada. Specifically, you're able to get it into, quote unquote, his bloodstream, into his form through, luckily, this bite that was taken out of his shoulder. And as you do so, from that point, the stone turns to flesh, and yet the flesh is still sundered here. So Zada is still going to have to roll death saves as he becomes whole, or as becomes physically cat-like again, Leonin again.
Can we pop a cure wounds?
Yeah, and blood starts flowing, and Maraway panikedly starts curing wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Bula says, see, I told you part of that would do a thing.
You were almost there, Bula. You were almost there.
Really?
New cure wounds is so ridiculous. That's gonna, for a level 1 cure wounds, it's gonna be 16 healing. That's outrageous.
Beautiful.
Thank you, 2024 player handbook. You have made healers able to heal.
Yeah, the actual thing
That's
we can
crazy.
do.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, Maraway, you get to work. This is, if you've ever felt in your element, it's in times like this where someone's in need and Maraway sees a way to physically bring them back to their own well-being. And Zada, as you feel the warmth emanate from your shoulder into your head, into your other shoulder, down your trunk, down your legs, the pain that starts as soon as you become flesh again is almost immediately relieved by Maraway's bright fey touch. As your shoulder muscles, everybody watching, it's pretty nasty to see, but the light of Maraway doesn't quite cover up the muscle reforming his shoulder that was literally like taken a chunk out of, and the muscle stitches back together, and then skin layers start growing over it. And your fur is matted with blood and basilisk venom and basilisk blood, but you are made whole once again, thanks to your friend the Thader.
Yeah, so for him, just like a second has passed, so yeah, he's like going to go punch again. He's like looking around, he's like,
yeah, your claws were out ready to fight.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we did all the hard work for you.
Not super satisfying. All right. So yeah, you've managed to fight your way through this encounter. What would you all like to do from here? If anything differently, or would you like to continue on toward your site?
I'll look behind me to check to see if Seraphina is doing okay and see that she's sitting down. And worried, I'll rush over and ask her, is everything okay? Were you hurt?
Okay. Okay. She will lift up her skirts and show Eidos.
What the fuck? What the hell is that?
There's no time to explain at this moment. I think we have to go.
It's already.
Doesn't know what he sees right now. Seraphina was crouched down in the dark by herself, her skirts billowing around her like a cupcake. And as soon as she stands up and moves to the side, Eidos sees a large, scaly white sphere with one white clawed leg poking out on one end with these long, sharp talons, and a whole nother crack in it with like a spine of spikes and just like a rounded back poking out the other side. And it's like wiggling and kind of like rolling, and more cracks are happening. And Seraphina was sitting on it previously.
Whatever's happening is already happening, Seraphina. What is this? Are we in danger?
No, it's a baby. I think it's a baby coming out.
Is it yours?
I found it.
What you found? You found a massive egg, and you brought it down here with you, and now it's hatching.
Apparently, yes.
Is this thing
I think-
like? You think?
I think I might be connected to it somehow. I don't know.
To it.
Everything's-
Okay. It's the first I'm hearing about your magic egg that is now hatching in the middle of a sewer. Is this thing coming out right now, or do we have time to get upstairs?
A whole nother leg at this moment, like, hears your voice and punches out. You see two legs, like a front leg and a back leg, are sticking out. The back, like, bucks more, so the more of the back is showing. This egg is like, it's like at 40% at this point shell. Like, it is mostly baby at this point. The head is still curled under where you can't see it. You see a lot of it, leg and back and a little bit of belly.
Well,
What do we do?
what did we do? How long have you had this? I don't know what to do. I don't even know what it is. Where did you get it?
I found it
You found it where?
in town.
So, did you purchase it at a store for rare eggs? Or something? What do you mean you found
Yes,
it?
or something. I found it in town. I feel a connection towards it.
She stole it from the circus.
What? You stole it from the circus? Is that true?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. Well,
Technically, yes.
did it have a sign that said what it might turn into once it hatches here in a sewer? Something that might eat
No.
us?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be okay. It's just a little baby. It's not gonna hurt us. I didn't know it was gonna hatch.
And a tail flops out.
I don't like this. I can't believe you stole from the zoo.
I can't
Look.
explain it. I felt a connection to it, and it felt like
Okay.
it belonged to me.
Well, hopefully you don't feel connections at too many bazaars we attend in the near future. We could talk about this later, I'm sure. Right now you are giving birth, so maybe let's attend to that.
As he says that, you both look back down at the egg. And just as you look down, the last couple pieces of this shell just fall kind of off. A little bit of a yolky mess, but uncurling its long neck, this tiny, just like cat-sized white dragon. What is our light situation right now down here? Someone remind me. Is there any light?
Killian has his whip
The whip
that's
is
lighting,
lit.
but it's only 20 feet with like 20 dim light, so it's like I think I'm a little bit too far away from them for
Yeah.
any light to come through.
So in this dim light, this little tiny dragonling, this little wormling, uncurls its neck and looks up at Seraphina, and it itself has just the faintest glow that just kind of like cycles through all these little pastel colors. And it looks up at you and it blinks. And it yawns real big. Shakes all of the last little bits of shell off of itself. And like does like a cat stretch. Front legs and back legs and shakes again. And comes over and starts rubbing and like weaving between your feet and under your skirts and like playing under your skirts and poking its little head out. You feel its little tail wag. And it's wiggling around and it rolls on its back, showing you its little belly and like plays with its claws.
Eidos, isn't it so adorable? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have to admit it's pretty adorable. It's a beautiful thing that you stole from a zoo. Is it yours now? Are you keeping it?
I feel like I have to. Look how cute it is. And she'll like pick it up and like
It like
Yes.
like starts to like cough up a hairball, but instead of a hairball that comes out, it like spits out this like little burst of like bright white fire.
Oh, Jesus.
oh, thanks you.
Get it out of my face. We don't even know what it is. Oh my god. Well, I guess it's your responsibility now, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was gonna happen. So cute.
You didn't know the egg was gonna hatch, the egg you stole.
It like settles down into like you're cradling it, and it settles in and kind of like leans its head up against your bosom.
I suppose this is the part where I ask you what you're going to name this thing.
I don't think you should name her.
No. It was sleeping, A, and B, I don't want anything to do with this. You name it.
Aww.
He's not ready to be.
I'm not sure. I think I need some time to name it. I'm not ready.
Well, we have plenty of time while we're down here conducting business in a sewer. Maybe you'll have inspiration through something floating by.
You were the one who wanted to come down here.
Hearing this, hearing the conversation, Killian's gonna kind of walk back, and with the light that he's kind of bringing with him, he sees like this little serpent creature that Seraphina's holding on to, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's a baby one!" He grabs like his blade, starts running towards it.
I'll say, whoa, 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 whoa. No, that's
What?
we don't. She's partial to it, and we don't even know if we can return it back to its rightful owner. It's from the zoo. She stole from the zoo.
The zoo?
It's the traveling circus, the parade of animals.
Has it always been this
Hey.
lizard thing? And he's like,
It
"Oh,
was an egg.
Why do you want
It's on the ground? Be like, it's on the.
Why do you want to kill this thing?
I thought it was like one of those things over there."
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, this one's much prettier, I have to say.
Look how cute it is.
Yes.
It's like it's sleeping, like it starts like twitching, like it's dreaming, like little run and twitch, and like as it's doing that, it's like little like bursts of like sparkles and glitter, like burst in its skin of all these different colors, like just little sparkles spark off while it's screaming and twitching and chasing some imaginary prey.
Now, Seraphina, you know that stealing isn't good, but look at the little cutie.
Well,
So
Nobody was watching it. Nobody
was watching
No.
any of the animals. There was an attack occurring.
well, if any one of us starts turning to stone, I know where I'm going first.
Or if it sets any of us aflame, I will personally dispatch it. Or Boo will, anyway. If it's dangerous, we can't hurt people because you think it's cute. We don't know what it does yet.
It would never.
Like Seraphina petting him, like it does like Burn. So and it gives those a dirty look.
Bula hears all the commotion. She comes over and kind of looks over everyone's shoulder and she says, "Oh, my second cousin found something like that once. He thought it was a dragon, but really it was just a bear with mange. It ended up biting his calf.
Oh no.
He couldn't walk for like 2 weeks."
See, Seraphina, you don't know what this thing could do. It could
No,
be
but
one of
this would
those.
be very good. I have a friend. Her name is Miri, and she's a lot like this, and she's nothing but good and happy.
Well, I don't have any friends, and therefore I'm never bitten by bears with mange or strange creatures, and none of this happens.
Well, that's just simply not true, Eidos. I'm your friend.
I think Eidos will pause at that and just kind of move on. So, yes, well, in any case, if it turns out to be dangerous, we have to do something about it. That's all I'm saying. It's very
fair. All of us are dangerous, and we still work together.
That's my point entirely. I don't zap you with electricity, and Bula doesn't shoot me with beams from her chest. By the way, what was that?
I don't know.
This just
felt
never happened
weird.
before. And it looked weird.
No,
It looked great, but weird.
you look weird.
Probably.
Rude.
I mean, the whole situation's weird. I didn't realize that humans reproduce like this, but I mean, I guess you learn something new every day, don't you?
Well, do you have a hold of that thing? Should we continue down this sewer? I'll be honest with all of you. I don't think I can be much help in another fight. I'm feeling a little spent. So we can either, I don't know how the rest of you are doing, but I'm willing to go further if you're ready.
I mean, we could go take a sleep. I mean, it is getting really dark outside, so eventually we're going to have to.
Yeah, but we don't know how much time will pass before we can. Other people are looking for her as well. Asada just is like on the floor. He's just like eyes closed, like. So we should get going.
Eidos will kind of point at him on the ground. He's like, yeah, he's got a point. She may be in trouble. It seems like she's losing her mind somewhat. Maybe she could harm herself or others.
I just don't care. I just don't want anybody else to get the artifact. It's apparently can make you a god. Although I find that to be hard to fathom, but someone should probably take that.
There was also that giant fire that occurred at that store that where those assassins were. So I'm sure that organization might have an idea of what's going on. So probably best to move quickly.
Let's make haste.
Killian also wants to go over to one of the dead basilisks or creatures that I don't know what it is, and he just wants to take an eye as a little trophy.
Easily done. You managed to carve out an
Sada's
eye.
all like, "Now you're getting it," and then he starts taking out like he's gonna take out a tooth.
Did I get like a vial or two more of the little gland thing from the other one that I haven't harvested yet?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, for sure. With that medicine roll especially, we'll say that continues on. You did it so well with the first one, you do the same with the second. Pull out 2 more vials of basilisk venom.
Killian's gonna take the eyeball and look at Zada's like, watch out, Zada. Ooh, I'm gonna turn you into a stone. Ooh.
That wasn't a very pleasant experience, but it was an experience.
Oh, by the way, that's disgusting.
Glitter
So
bell.
like cuts off like a piece of it and just kind of chucks it at Seraphina.
Prestidigitation! It's clean when it hits you. Okay. You all move on?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's keep
Okay.
following the map.
All
Are we
right.
angler fishing this again?
Yeah, I'll cast light on your staff again.
Excellent.
Okay. You all continue unimpeded for about another 15 minutes through these sewers. And as you're walking, you begin to hear echoes, like very faint echoes of whispers. All these echoes, so quiet, so far away, and you keep traveling, and you begin to see scratches on the walls that eventually form words. And you know the words. Eventually, they go from scratches to own, dark own, dark down, down, dark, down in dark, dark down, and it gets to the point where they're scratched all over the wall. The words dark down.
Well, I think
You
we found
venture.
her.
She seems to have come this way, certainly. This is her work.
Yeah, you venture deeper and deeper. You start to find, like, one of you picks up, like, an arcane focus, like an old mage focus. You find a broken wand. You find a book on memory modification. You find another book on the unwelcome gods, just, like, floating in the water. And eventually you start to find, like, rats that have been gnawed upon, like rat carcasses and bodies that are half disemboweled.
That doesn't even look appetizing to me.
Poor little
Tasty.
creatures.
Now, if you put it on a spit and roast it over a fire with some onions, maybe some potatoes, a little bit of rosemary, that's a different story.
To be fair, there's not a lot that rosemary can't fix.
There is that.
Yeah, and you get deeper and deeper into these sewers, and the echoes start to get closer, and it's just this single voice whispering to itself. All these whispers, in just a single voice, constantly, in tongues and in common, and you creep up, and the sound is so close, it's coming around the next corner down this, like, particular drain pipe. What do you do?
Should we go say hi?
Sure. Donald will just go forward, kind of stealth, going forward, starts going.
What are you
can
talking
get an
about?
eye on
Stealth?
her.
You have, like, my staff illuminating us.
Well, I'll put you down. Like, I don't need to carry you. I can go forward, dark vision. Just go.
All right. Zada, you sneak away from the light. You tell everybody, wait a second. And you go and you peek around the corner. And you see this creature. It's this, like, fleshy, it's wearing, like, tatters of robes, just, like, strips of fabric torn up, kind of covering it, mostly not. It's bent over this, like, small little fire. You can see it's just, like, throwing in, like, little rat bodies. It's throwing in, like, pages of a book. Just this tiny little fire it's using to kind of cook some semblance of meat that it's been able to find down here. And what you can see, it's facing away from you. And it's this, like, leathery, like, it almost looks like muscle as skin, but it's, like, black and gray, and it's got, like, large gaping holes in it, and you can see, like, tendons running along its, like, arms and down the backs of its knees. And there's these, like, large kind of spines going down its back, and you can see it's, like, vaguely humanoid in that it has legs and arms. It's, like, bipedal. It's just kind of crouched there, and it's roughly the size of a human. It's a little bit smaller than you are, Zada, and it's you can't quite see its face or anything like that. It's crouched over this fire. You just see it illuminated from the fire cooking right in front of it. See the silhouette of this creature as it moves in the light and whispers to itself.
Do I see anything like it's maybe like shrined up like an object that it was maybe looking for, possibly.
There's a lot of like junk on the ground around it, just like stuff. Nothing like large, nothing like it doesn't look like it has any like sort of weapons or anything around it. It's got like you like stand there and your dark vision, your cat eyes, you know, your pupils dilate and you take in like you see like some old torn up books, you see like literally like rat bones and stuff laying around. You see some different like you see like a broken picture frame. You see just like a random assortment of junk from like a regular person's house almost. But nothing that looks particularly like enshrined or anything like that. It's all just junk laying around her general lair.
So I'll kind of... There's a few people that have dark vision, so I'll just kind of point back and I'll show, like, I'll just indicate that there's a person there, but I'm like... Put up one finger, and then I'm just gonna kind of step out and be like, what was her name? I'm trying to remember the,
Eureka.
Eureka. Yeah.
Eureka.
With a
I'll just
Y.
be like, Eureka?
Whispering stops. The creature freezes. Eureka. Fell shade. Down dark. Fell down. Shade in the dark. Eureka. Eureka. And it turns and looks over its shoulder at you. And it's lit from in front of it, so you still just see the silhouette of it. You can't make out details of its face as it turns its gaze upon you. But your cat vision, the light, the little bit of light coming around the corner from Maraway's light spell, sort of lights up, but allows this orb of an eye for you to almost be able to see through the cornea into the back of it, and the eye is bigger than your head.
Oh.
And it says, "You know, Eureka. Fell shade down dark."
Yes, we came looking for Eureka. She fell down into the darkness.
Eureka fell down dark. Shade. Eureka fell. Eureka fell. Eureka will rise.
Of course.
This one knows the god.
Yes, I do.
This one loves the gods.
Ere is my strength, of course.
Estar is the weakness. And it sort of on all fours creeps, like just takes kind of a one leap, then freezes again, just a little bit closer to you.
Okay.
This one loves Estar.
Estar? I love Ere, but all the gods can be worshipped. And then I'm just gonna kind of like try to like circle around her to like get to the other side of the fire. And then also so people can like not get the attention on the other people behind me.
Yeah, its body doesn't move, but its gaze follows you until the light hits the side of its face, and then its face. And it's just got this like smile with like what are placed like human teeth but are sharp.
Oh, again with the human teeth.
I know you hate human teeth. I don't know how to describe it.
Ugh.
And this tendon muscular flesh that you can finally see now that you're on the correct side of the light. And this orb of a green eye that takes up almost all of its face before its little gaunt jaw of a smile beneath show up in the light as it follows your path with its head. And it very quickly, like far too quickly, takes a big ol' hop back toward the fire and is right above the fire lit from beneath and is staring up at you and says, "What are the secrets of the gods?"
Secrets of the gods? I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me. You seem to know what they are.
I hoped I could tell me too. Tell me. Down. Looks around. Sniffs the air. They know secrets of the gods?
I am a worshiper of the gods. I know some of her secrets that she shares with me.
Tell Darkdown. Tell Darkdown secrets. Darkdown, become Isla. Tell Darkdown secrets.
Tell the Darkdown secrets? I'm afraid I don't know what the Darkdown secrets are.
Make a deception check for me real quick.
Do we know the Down Dark secrets, or does Zada just know?
No one.
6!
Okay. This one left its love to find the secrets of the gods. Darkdown understands. And a chill, like Zada's fur rises up your spine as it says this about you. This fact that only you know to be true.
How do you know that?
Darkdown sees what Estar wishes. Darkdown could not. And it stands tall, almost as tall as you.
What else do you see?
Darkdown sees. The gods have secrets. The gods punish Darkdown for finding God's secrets. And its head whips behind you, like back to where you came from, to the corner. It says, Darkdown sees, Darkdown smells. Do they know secrets of gods?
Talking to me right now. They don't know anything. It's just you and me. I am the worshiper of the unwelcome ones.
Roll another deception check.
We go help him.
Killian will have been like starting to like sneak in as he hears just Zada having a conversation.
Seraphina will ask Killian, "Do you want that eye?"
No. Walk over.
Zada, what was your deception save? 3? It says, this one fears the gods punish him the way gods punish Down. Do the gods love Darkdown? Do the gods love the lion? Secrets. Again, Killian, even you feel a chill at this conversation that you just walked into that you can now hear. And it directs its gaze at you as you come around the corner. This one knows secrets of gods, not secrets Darkdown wants.
And Killian will just look over to Zata and be like,
Zada will just kind of like put like a hold motion, just trying to keep the attention. So Darkdown knows the secrets, and the gods punished you for trying to learn their secrets.
Gods punish fell shade.
Well, shame.
Gods punish. Fell shade. Dark down. Starts twitching. And it looks over at one of the books discarded on the ground. It goes back down to its crouch and in 3 giant leaps runs over to that book. Flips it open on the ground and gets down real low, and it's running this like bind, like it doesn't have a fingernail, it just has a finger that turns into nail.
No, not like that.
So Zano
Oh.
Zano will get really close and just like on the still being on the same side as facing it and just kind of crouch down to see what it's looking at, trying to see. So what do you see?
Dark down. Seeks the secrets aren't in. And freaks out, picks up the book, throws it into the water, scrambles over to another book, starts shredding it with its claws, starts eating pages. Consume secrets. Dark down. Consume. And then sits really still and just stares into space.
Hey. I'll just kind of start looking around, see if I can find anything else that seems to be useful for it, but then kind of like, does the eye look natural or does it look like something that's been placed into its skull?
Roll a nature check.
Can I just detect the magic and poke my little head right on out and take a little peeky peek?
Of course.
While
That's a
they're doing
0.
Hmm.
That's a
bad.
nat 1, so that's a 0.
I guess.
No idea. Looks perfectly natural to me.
It's creepy. It's the biggest eye you've ever seen in a small little body. Marwa, you cast Detect Magic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this creature kind of just has a natural aura of magic about it. Especially when it looks at Zada. You can kind of read him at this point. You can see the magic sort of flaring between them, this sort of connection that's been established. Every time that its one eye gazes at Zada, but it doesn't hold its focus for very long. It starts looking around at other things pretty frequently.
Bula just throws like a piece of beef jerky at it and says, "This is more tasty than books."
Eats it, sits back down, starts staring into space. Looks at Bula. Roll a deception check.
9.
You feel like you threw the jerky at it. You saw it like devour it kind of in one long bite, like it almost like swallowed it whole. And then it looks up at you again, and you like cannot look away. Mara, you're watching this happen. You see the same sort of aura of magic connect that was between Zada and this creature. You see it shift and connect with Bula. And it says, Does it fit? It doesn't fit in the mountains. It doesn't fit anywhere. Its family doesn't fit with it. And it turns away. Starts looking around. This is hard work.
I guess at this point I'm going to come out and I'm going to slowly make my way towards Zada.
Yeah, I'll follow Maraway. I think the jig is up.
Yeah, it doesn't pay much attention to more people coming around. It clearly kind of sensed you all. And it goes crawling over to the wall in these long crawling strides, kind of on its knees and on its, like at one point its like hand is totally turned under and it's walking on its wrist.
Do you need healing?
And it goes and it starts using all 4 of its finger bone nails to like scratch a D into the wall, and an A. It's just scratching these like 4 long shapes into the wall, writing Darkdown again, and then it moves on and it starts writing Estar with all 4 of its long, jagged nails.
Do you need?
And it turns quickly to Marway.
Oh.
I wish you wouldn't.
It helps. It helps. It helps. It helps. Will help Darkdown.
I am going to cast guidance on it, and the skill is Arcana.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh no, that it rolls it. If it's
Oh.
like trying to investigate or like do Arcana magic checks, it'll get an extra bonus. I'm trying to help it discover what it's trying to discover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it goes from very serious to the creepy smile that it gave Zada.
Oh.
It Darkdown knows. It takes another leap back to another book, and it flips and pulls out this page, like rips out this page, and holds it up and says, "The city to the south. Estar's secret lives. Darkdown, down in the dark. Secret lives in the sun." And it's pointing to literally a map of Lena Myrna, but there's a city to the south of Lena Myrna, and it's pointing to it. And it's on the very southern point of the middle continent. And it's a city called Suntapelli.
That's where...
I'll drop that in a chat so you all have it.
Thank you. So that's
Nice
where...
work.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's where Estar's secret is.
Estar's secret lives in the city of the sun, and it helps Darkdown find the secret in the sun.
I guess we could help you find it if that's what you really need.
The same smile. Roll a deception check.
Oh no. It's an 8.
This one helps, but not itself. This one helps Darkdown. Gets real excited and starts like hopping side to side to side to side. Go to City of Sun. Bring Darkdown away from the down dark. They chase Darkdown. They want Darkdown. Save Darkdown.
Who wants Darkdown?
The unyielding. The uninvited.
Oh, he's running to them. Alright, Darkdown. Get you out of here.
Are you wanting us to take you with us, or you want to stay here?
Take Darkdown out of down dark. Take Darkdown to City of Sun. Find Estar's secret.
What will you do with Estar's secrets?
Darkdown becomes Fell Shade again.
Well, I guess the more the merrier. So I guess welcome to the group, Darkdown.
Down, friends.
Of course, friends.
We are not taking. We are not taking this thing with us. We won't make it out of the sewer with this thing. We won't. What, we're going to travel through the city with this?
We can take it out to a sewer entrance. I can
Well,
take
we-
it down there.
And then, what, I hope there's one long alleyway outside of this town.
We can't just leave it down here.
I think we can.
Bula just kind of slides in front of Marway, like between the giant eyeball thing and Marway. He's getting a little too friendly with it, and she's getting concerned.
Roll another deception check, Bula, as it big ol' eyes locks up on yours.
$13.
It. And it just stops talking. Darkdown, hide! Looks back, looks around you at Marway. Darkdown, hide! Take Darkdown from down dark! Get out of city. Save Darkdown. Turn Darkdown to fell shade again.
What will you do when you're a fell shade again, Darkdown?
It stares. It just stares into space. No answer.
Alright, well, this is gonna be what we're gonna do. Depends on what this happens, so Zada's gonna try to go and approach it and try to touch and try to, like, see if he can, like, usher this thing in a certain direction, if it'll follow him.
We need to be sure that it can even go outside before we do that. So I'm gonna like take the staff with light and kind of bring it closer to it to see if it reacts to light.
It like blinks its big eye a little as it gets close, but just in the way that like anything would that has been in the dark for a bit. It doesn't like shrink away necessarily. It just kind of like blinks its big eye to get used to the bright light in its face.
Well, that looks good to me.
Seraphina's gonna peek out holding the little baby dragon. She's gonna try to cast sleep on it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Big rolls, big rolls.
Come on.
Hold on. 27? Oh my god, this is the worst spell.
It looks at you and
Oh.
You need some water? And she'll...
it like laughs out of it.
Not like that.
Starts to
No, they're like that.
Look.
pours the water on its head. Now take Darkdown clean.
Do you like clean?
L shade like clean, Darkdown like clean.
I like clean too.
Would you guys stop making friends with this thing?
Yeah.
You
Killian,
shouldn't judge something just because you don't understand what it is, Killian.
Killian, please speak some sense into these people. I know that you can see past this too, right? We found the writings of a mad woman as she tried to discover the secrets of this uninvited god. She went mad with it, and now we're going to transport her to where this uninvited god wants her to go, so that she can complete its task.
We don't know if it wants her to go there. She wants to go there, but we don't know if the gods wanted her to go there. She wants the secrets of the gods.
Didn't she explicitly say that?
Oh no, I don't know.
I mean,
it's
I
hard
think-
for me to understand.
That's yeah. I mean, I think at the very least, she's gone mad with, with something, and that's completely changed her physical appearance. And whatever she's discovered cost it. Helping her discover more, I don't think will lead to anything good.
Unless she's right and it'll change her back to normal.
Maybe. Can you share the secrets of Ishtar with me? can share the secrets of Ere.
You're talking to Darkdown?
Yeah, Darkdown. Darkdown.
Share secrets. Share secrets. Share secrets. It turns and it's kind of talking to itself. Share the secrets of his. Roll a persuasion check.
You know what? We're not gonna use.
I hope this is one of the 20 rolls you get.
Right?
I'm not using the Zana dice because that one's been rolling real bad now. So we're gonna go with the other one that I have. 12. I get it. -1.
Its big eye turns to you before its head turns. And it says, "It take a star to city of sun, find secrets. Dark down, share secrets."
You see, it's sharing is caring.
It's something.
It is something.
Alright, Darkdown. I will escort you. So long as you bring no harm to my friends, I will bring you to the city.
How about no harm to anything at all?
As soon as Killian agrees, Ados kind of puts put his head down, rub his eyes, and just kind of like walk outside the circle. It's like, fuck.
Killian's gonna go over with Eidos and say, "I don't know what everyone has planned for this thing, but this is clearly messed up. You see that thing's eye?
Yeah, I saw it, and I think it.
Do you think they could just walk it around the city? That thing's going to kill everyone."
Look, I understand that we have to do something about this. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. I don't know if it's the smartest. I know it's not the smartest thing to do. But, I don't know, maybe there's something in the city of the south that we need to find before something else does. Especially if it's trying to compel her to find it. Or, maybe it will actually help her. And, we'll all live happily ever after. So, yeah, I guess I will help.
Listen, the city down south is God knows how many days away. I don't know if I'll feel safe. I don't feel safe right now with this thing just right over here.
Days? No. We'll all be looking like her. We'll all go mad if we have to spend days, but, she can't hail a cab, I suppose.
You both turn and look over your shoulders back at it, and it is staring at both of you.
Oh, no. I can't go with this creature.
It says...
I won't.
It says, "Dark down. Leave sewer outside city. South, 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 south. Meet Darkdown, south of city. At sewer drain."
How big is this thing?
At least there's that.
Darkdown?
Almost 6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge,
Or
disgusting thing.
6. Oh, I feel like.
Yeah,
She's clean.
it's
She's clean.
She's not
Like-
clean.
she's like half a head shorter than Zada when she's standing all the way tall, but she's usually.
Zada's 6'10", so she's like 6'7".
Yeah.
6'5".
But she's hunched pretty far down, and she's not muscular. She's just kind of made of tendon and muscle.
That's kind of just all she has anymore, yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
Well,
Right.
And
at least
they
that
will-
solves the... Yeah. At least that solves the issue of getting her through the city. We may be able to make it. I've never traveled these lands. I don't know what it's like going down south.
It's decided
Hopefully-
it's going. It's not really listening anymore. It's like picking up things that it has in its little hoard down here, and it's throwing some of the things into the water, and other things it's like shoving into Seraphina's bag, trying to like put in Marway's pockets, like some of its little just random little keepsakes and stuff. Some of it it's saving, some of it it's throwing.
Well,
Packing.
Darkdown, why don't we leave in the morning? When the sun does rise up into the sky, then we go. That way everyone is ready to go and we can really protect you.
Down at high day, Darkdown at high day in the south. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes.
So we'll go get to sleep, and then we'll meet you at the south, and then we can go have a party.
I am not going to leave this thing alone. I'll stay here with it.
It's leaving.
I'll follow it.
Are we all following it actually, or?
I'm
You
not.
can-
I'm going back to the end, right?
That's what I want to do.
That's
I need
perfectly fine.
dinner.
I know where to. Yeah, I can find you guys. I can track and I can run very fast. I want to know where this thing goes.
I mean, it's said, to this. We have a map of the sewer. We know that it's going to a southern entrance outside of the city.
There's also people looking for her.
I don't think they'll look for her down here. They would have found her. Look how much time she's spent transforming into this thing. But I guess these shadow troops are kind of closing in on her place. They already burned it down, so.
Correct. So I will.
It hears shadow troops and snaps its gaze over to Ados. And shadow troops eaten like stone salad.
Oh, the basilisk or the creatures ate
Did
it.
you put those creatures there, Darkdown?
No. No. Darkdown, hide behind creatures.
Well, we messed that up.
They really got to do something about the sewer system down here if they have those
Right?
kinds of things.
It's unsafe.
Jeez.
Do you know what's underneath your city?
Well, can't suppose we can talk you out of it, Zada. But if you really want to follow this thing, I'll have to respect your wish.
I can catch back up to you guys at the inn. I'll make sure
Oh,
it gets to its spot properly.
And then you're just gonna leave it there?
As long as I know where it is and it doesn't go anywhere, then sure. Or I can put up a fire towards dawn and you can find us.
What did the rest of you think?
I don't love leaving him by himself. He's a very capable cat,
Lion.
but still, one person by themselves with something we don't know anything about.
And
Does
we're all
Darkdown sleep?
Darkdown loves sleep. Sleep. Escape from gods.
But
That's
Zada
not-
needs to sleep.
And
Are
you all
you
guys
tired
want to
now,
you all want to travel with this thing, right? Is that's what I'm getting? You want to travel with this thing?
I feel the need to, if it knows about the unwelcome ones. Ere is my god. And if
Just
she
overnight,
knows-
right? You want to follow it where.
I'm gonna follow it and keep a close eye on it, make sure it doesn't get into trouble. And try to learn some stuff about it, because it knows a lot of things that it shouldn't.
All right. Well, I guess that's settled then, right?
Guess so.
For me?
Before we go, Seraphina's gonna cast Prestidigitation on Darkdown because she thinks that she don't like that.
Darkdown's eye, its pupil, kind of dilates and expands as this is happening with the magic. It's really watching your spell casting in particular. It's watching your hand gestures and the spell. And it says, Darkdown, old favorite spell, fell shade favorite spell.
My favorite spell too. I kind of like her.
I'm glad you made a prestidigitation friend. With an aberration horror. That's great.
2
Prestidigitation
peas,
knows no bounds.
2 peas in a pod.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Well then, I will set up a fire in the morning so you guys can catch us. Fire. Smoke should push you right to me. Obviously, it'll be sort of towards the south of the city.
Try not to get turned into stone, I suppose. Godspeeds.
Okay. I think that's where we will leave it for tonight.
Damn, Kara, that is some creepy, creepy stuff you just did.
Yes.
That
Thank
got
you,
me.
Juanita, for the cheer, our first cheer.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's awesome.
I don't know what a cheer is, but thank you, Juanita, Dorito.
We'll have
Oh.
some lemon tea with honey, don't you worry. I will save my vocal cords. Oh, okay. That was fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you come back next Monday to see what happens with our now clean friend, Darkdown.
Darkdown.
The Saints of Tuzankin, the Stone Cat, and all the rest. We love you all. Bye. Thank you.